Kiran Rijiju was at the conclave this morning, and he was quite upset with the manner in which the Supreme Court had chosen to make public the government's reasons behind withholding permission for somebody to become judge, saying that this is between the government and the judiciary, this should not be made public, there are matters which should be kept private. He didn't like the fact that you were starting to make these public.
Well, let me, Lord, join issue with the Law Minister. He has a perception, I have a perception, and there's bound to be a difference in perceptions. And what's wrong about having a difference in perceptions? Sometimes there's a difference, but we have to deal with differences in perception even within the judiciary. I dare say there are differences in perception even within government, but we all deal with it with a sense of robust constitutional statesmanship. So first and foremost, I don't want to join issue with the Law Minister for his perception. I respect his perception, and I'm sure that he has a great deal of respect for ours as well. The reason why we put this on the website is in pursuance of the desire of the present collegium to meet the criticism that we lack transparency and a genuine belief that opening up our processes will foster greater confidence in our citizens about the work which we do. Now, the candidate that you are referring to, every aspect that was mentioned in the report of the Intelligence Bureau was in the public domain and is in the public domain. The candidate in question is open about his sexual orientation. So when the IB flagged something, we were not really opening up IB's sources of information. What could be the danger? Let me argue against myself. Someone might say that if you put an intelligence report out in the public domain, you might be compromising the sources of information of the Intelligence Bureau on issues of national security. Somebody's life may be in danger. This was not a case like that. The IB report dwelt on the sexual orientation of an openly gay candidate for prospective judgeship. So this was known. It's known to the entire profession. It's been widely reported in the media. All that we said was, while putting it out on the public domain, that the sexual orientation of a candidate has nothing to do with the ability or the constitutional entitlement of that candidate to assume a high constitutional office of a high court judge. Apart from the processes, and this is the most sensitive aspect which I must share with you because a lot of people perhaps wouldn't know about this. When we consider names for appointment as judges of the High Court or of the Supreme Court, we are also dealing with people's lives, particularly in the High Courts. Very often the people whose names are under consideration, we look at diverse set of aspects pertaining to their personal lives, their professional lives, their personal lives insofar as they are relevant to the discharge of judicial duties. I have no cause about somebody's personal life if it has no connection with their judicial duties. But when we deal with these very personal, intimate, sometimes very, very intimate and private aspects of people's lives, we have to be conscious of the fact that you can't, in the process of selection, open up every aspect of their lives to society at large. The consequence will be that good people will then say, sorry, I'm not willing to put my personal life on trial in this particular way. So if you have to have good people, you must also trust your decision makers to make those choices.